Today on CityCast Portland, can Portland snag the world-famous James Beard Food Awards from Chicago? Could Pioneer Place become the new punk rock mall? And will Brooke and I finally be nice to Alex on the show for once in our lives?
Doubt it.
Plus, Alex has some new and newish bars that recently opened or reopened that he wants to tell you all about. I'm your host, Claudia Meza. With me are James Beard, a winning food writer, Brooke Jackson-Glidden, as well as James Beard Award attending food and drink reporter, Alex Frane. How are you both feeling? How's it going?
Pretty good.
I'm doing okay. I don't have fingertips, but other than that, doing so good.
Yeah. Do you want to explain?
Brooke is robbing banks now to make ends meet, so can't have those pesky fingerprints.
I am using this platform as a PSA against high performance vinegar, because while cleaning my garden tools, burned my fingertips off with high-performance vinegar, which is not like cooking vinegar, folks.
Brooke, I'm pretty sure I saw high-performance vinegar play at the Warped Tour in 1999. So
the sheer number of high-performance vinegar jokes I've heard recently, where it's like, yeah, that's the name of my band, that is the name of my bike touring group, you know.
Oh, yeah,
anyway.
Totally.
All I know is that you kind of skedaddled into my car last night without fingertips, really freaked me out. And then you were like, don't worry, I'm okay. And I'm like, I can see your skin, in a way that like I don't think I've ever seen skin before. But
that's subdermal.
Yeah, the new skin just dropped.
Right. I'm curious how you're both feeling after last night.
Oh, good. Not hungover at all. Doing so awesome. We were at that Malarkey opening party last night, which, what a blast.
That kind of felt like a pre-pandemic era party to me. Like, I don't remember the last time I've been to a food event that was like that boisterous and that busy. Like even in Chicago, I feel like I didn't have that big of a party.
Oh, better than Chicago?
Maybe not.
Wow.
I don't know. I didn't say better, mind you.
Oh my God. Yeah, I had a blast. I had so much fun. And the mayor was there. Yo-Yo Championer. Aaliyah Tan was there.
A Sasquatch.
There was a Sasquatch.
Yeah, there was a sexy
sexy
I missed
Sasquatch.
the Sasquatch.
They were dancing like the whole night too, and it was hot in there for me. And this person was in a full body suit of rubber and fur.
I don't think it was too hot. She was wearing a bikini. And then there were Chinese like dragon dancers, which was so cool. It was like a crazy night. You know, we've discussed this steakhouse as possibly being like the Portland Rainforest Cafe. I'm telling you, it's not beating the allegations, but like, no. I loved it.
He seemed psyched about it.
Yeah.
When we walked into that party, Brian Malarkey was like, Rainforest Cafe. Like, he was so
in our
excited
faces
about that premise. Yeah.
But it was fun. It was like genuinely
really
fun. Like, I want to go back. Like, there were paintings of Darcel, and it really felt like a love letter to Portland. I know he's said that before, like, this is my love letter to Portland. And I get it. Like, I'm like, for sure. It's really sweet.
He's also got a great team. I mean,
oh yeah, Lalo.
Yeah,
but his bar Lalo, his bar team is really kick ass.
I can't wait to eat a full meal there.
Yeah. Well, shout out to the Malarkey Steakhouse. I don't know if that's the full name, but that's what I'm calling it. I'm really excited to go.
I think it's just the Malarkey.
The Malarkey.
The Malarkey.
Cool. I'm excited to check it out when it's doing full service. But yeah, let's kick things off with an opening question. And today's is based on a story by Oregonian reporter Veronica Nocera. She wrote about how key Lloyd Center tenants are moving to Pioneer Place. To name a few, there's Floating World Comics is moving over, Brickdiculous. I love Brickdiculous. The All-American Magic Shop and Theater, which I still don't understand, but I'm glad it exists.
Amazing.
And Auntie Anne's Pretzels, which, thank God, shout out to our producer Julia Fiaioni, who introduced me to their delicious offerings. All we're missing is like Dream Street and Music Plastique to like make it feel like the good old days Lloyd Center punk rock mall. Anyhow, Veronica noted this will definitely change the vibe of the mall that currently houses a Gucci and Louis Vuitton store that I've never stepped foot into because I don't even have like window shopping money. So my question to you both is, what other kinds of stores or activities would you like to see at Pioneer Place to ensure it does carry on that punk rock mall legacy? I would personally love to see a store where we can just barter stuff, like zero money, just trading.
Oh. Yeah.
Right?
Neat.
We
like
all have stuff.
A free market.
We all have stuff, but we want different stuff. This store would solve that problem.
I am totally down. Have you ever been to the really, really free market where people just bring stuff and everyone just grabs it? That's the kind of thing. I'm on board with that. I won't have that be mine, which was originally mine, because I think it's too similar to barter store. But
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I just stole it. God
you
damn.
just stole it and you should feel bad.
I do feel bad. I'm really sorry. So much has been taken from your people, too. And I apologize, Brooke Jackson-Glidden.
That's right.
Oh.
And my fingertips. So,
Primarily her fingertips.
primarily my fingertips.
Yeah.
Well, while you think about it, I'll give my answer then,
on.
which is you can't have a mall without a place to buy ridiculously unnecessary, overpriced, themed gifts, which is, of course, Spencer's Gifts. Spencer's Gifts, to me, defines
Hell
a
yeah.
mall experience. And then the other big one is, of course, a place where you can buy katanas, right? If you don't have a mall katana shop, are you really a mall? You know, just this really cheaply produced sword
or
shops.
swap meet.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Is
I'm
that
dating
a thing
myself.
at malls?
It absolutely is a
I've
thing.
never seen
I've
a
never
katana
seen it
shop in a
either.
mall.
There is a term called a mall katana, which refers to any kind of sword, basically, that has been bought like at any sort of really junky sword shop, which that used to be a fixture in malls. They had a sword
Used to
shop.
be. Okay. Brooke, it could also just be that
I don't
you and
know
I
that they
are
still do,
so
but-
cool that we can't, like, our eyes cannot focus on such a store. That's what I think.
I think that's
I know,
the
that's
most
really
likely.
it.
It just
I'm almost
glazes
positive.
over and goes straight to Hot Topic, where, you know, we belong.
Hot Topic, Spencer's Gifts, and a sword shop.
100%.
That's the trio of my mall era.
Well, do you have a store?
I do. My backup is going to be my favorite thing in any grocery store, or like when I go to Amsterdam and I go to Albert Heijn. I love a fruity little beverage. I love like a passion fruit coconut water, or like an adaptogenic matcha with salted apricot. I want a store that is just an entire refrigerated room full of fruity little beverages. I want a fruity little beverage emporium.
Like a bougie Jamba Juice.
Well, I don't want it to be Jamba Juice-esque. I want it to be like a
Like a grab and go,
convenience
right?
store, but yassified.
Gotcha.
I want it to be, if I'm the bisexual Kramer of Portland, then I want a bisexual number of beverages available to me at any given moment.
Totally.
I've definitely seen Yassified Convenience Store live once. That was a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Wait. So just bringing our listeners in, before we started taping, we decided Brooke was the bisexual Kramer of Portland because I was called the gay Larry David, which I'm pretty sure Robbie Hoffman actually has that title because she looks exactly like
Yes.
Larry David. But that would make Alex what?
I was going to say, I dread whatever this is going to end up.
Well, let's pause. Maybe our listeners can
Whatever
write
label I'm
Portland
gonna
at
get attached to.
citycast.fm.
Let us know who Alex is.
You know what? I would jump over.
I'm curious
I would
myself.
jump over to a different show and I would make you the straight Niles.
Oh, I could deal with that. I could
Frasier.
definitely do.
I bet
I like
you would
that.
love
That
that.
also insinuates that Niles is not straight, which
That
does
man
make
was
sense. 'Cause, you know,
gay.
I mean,
Okay.
David Hyde Pierce was certainly not. So
Yeah. Well, you guys, thank
one of the greatest television characters of all time. So I'll take it.
Still talking. Thank you both for your answers. Let's take
You're
a quick
welcome, Claudia.
Let's take a quick break here, and when we come back, Brooke is going to lay out the possibility of Portland becoming the new home for the James Beard Awards. Brooke, let's talk about this possibility. Lay it on us.
Okay, it's a little higher than a possible It's not like we're just dreaming here. They are asking cities to help out. Okay, let me give you a little bit of backstory here. So, since 2015, the James Beard Foundation holds its big celebration, its big award ceremony in Chicago. Before that, it was New York. And it was kind of a huge thing for Rahm Emanuel to pull off in Chicago, to just wrangle and lure the James Beard Foundation into hosting the awards there. They ended up promising like a huge number of sponsorships, about like $2 million in sponsorships, I think. And it creates a ton of money for the city. Something like an overall economic impact of like $17 million for Greater Chicago. It's a huge deal.
Just for that weekend, basically.
Just for that weekend.
That's
just
crazy.
for the James Beard
Wow.
Awards. So, big deal. It was a big, big thing to pull off in 2014. But now, throughout the month of July, the foundation announced that they're now accepting bids from cities vying to host the awards after the Chicago agreement ends. So that would be like starting in 2029 through 2033. This period is called like a request for information, which is basically like cities going, hey, here's why we'd be good at it. And then the finalists go into this like request for proposal situation, right? So the initial pick-me's are going in by August 7th. Then the foundation will go, and then put in those formal proposal requests on the 17th. Then everything's due in September. So
That's
by
soon.
early 2027, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're all kind of in it now, right? And by 2027, we'll know where the next round of James Beard Awards are going to take place starting
That's
in 2029.
actually really soon.
It is really soon.
I'm happy about that. It's, you know what I hate? When you see like a trailer and then you're like, I can't wait to see that movie. And they're like, in 2 years, you know? And this feels,
You're like, we're not going to be here.
I'm not going to be dead
in 2 years.
Like that's what happened when they dropped the new Hunger Games. I was so excited last year. And then they're like 2027. And I was like, fuck you
trust
guys.
me, the Batman Part 2 doesn't come
I
out
was
until like
so annoyed.
2028
Anyhow,
or something like that. So
back to Brooke. Sorry, Brooke. Are we in the initial pick me? Do we know?
We are kind of in this initial round. We're throwing our hat in the ring for this request for information. So Travel Portland is the kind of main force trying to get Portland to be one of these cities, right? And they are collaborating with like past James Beard Award nominees and winners to sort of build this coalition to go, hey, look at us, we'd be a good fit. And honestly, the biggest argument that I think everyone here knows is that this is the birthplace of James Beard, right? We talk about that all the time. And we have a huge number of James Beard Award winners. In fact, the mayor was talking about it last night at the Malarkey, right? So I think that there is this campaign happening in Portland to kind of go, hey, we'd actually be really cool at this. I think would be a good fit. So that's going to go in. That deadline's fast approaching. And we will find out whether or not we're in that next round by the middle of August.
That's so exciting.
And Brooke, arguably also we could host it at the James Beard Marketplace would be the idea too, right?
Well, theoretically, right? So thinking about like the James Beard Awards, they're usually held at the Lyric Opera House of Chicago. That's like a huge, fancy sort of like, you know, it's a big award ceremony, right?
Yeah, totally.
Maybe I kind of envisioned the Schnitz.
The Schnitz.
Right? Something along these lines. But the James Beard Marketplace, absolutely, it should theoretically be open before the awards would arrive in Portland. It would be established. So it could very well be the media awards might take place there. There might be events
Some of the parties, right.
That's the other thing about the James Beard Awards. I feel like we've talked about it on the show. It is a weekend of parties. There are so many parties all over the city.
I want that. I want that for us.
I know, it's fun, right?
It reminded me of like Losing Feast. I was talking about that recently, like around the same time of year, a little bit earlier, but still like that kind of big celebratory.
Yeah, 100%. I think that was a similar thought that I had. Because when I was thinking about like, what would this actually look like? My brain definitely went to Feast, right? Because Feast was very similar. Like, yeah, there were Feast events. There were like official Feast events. But there were also all of these other parties that were thrown in Portland that were just like, hey, all of our food friends are in town. Let's also throw parties, right? So when I was like thinking about this, I actually ended up reaching out to Mike Thielen, who was one of the co-founders of Feast, to just kind of get a feel for like, hey, does he think that this is actually feasible here? Is this something that we could do, actually host an event like this? He's like, oh my God, absolutely no question. Feast it was sort of like proof of concept for something like this.
Yeah.
The city can sustain it. We have enough hotel rooms. We can pull it off. But he also thinks it would be like really useful for the city from a tourism perspective, from a financial perspective, and for something that he calls vibe value, which kind of made me laugh.
Yeah.
But basically, like, if the James Beard Awards end up taking place in Portland, we become the center of the universe for the food ecosystem. And it means that we get a lot of like actual organic conversation happening about Portland as a destination that isn't just like, hey, I flew a influencer to come visit,
Right. Can I just quickly share with our listeners what our mayor said? He had some opening remarks at the opening of the Malarkey last night, and he basically said the way we're going to get Portland back on track economically and just like spirit-wise, is through our food and drink scene. And he made it very clear. He's like, this is what we do. And so I'm curious if like City Hall at all I'm imagining that they're also supporting this, maybe have you heard anything about that, Brooke?
So as far as I know, I haven't heard specifically that like there are specific city councilors that are really behind this effort. Travel Portland is sort of the official, like, hey, we're the people doing this, right? But I think that especially the comments from the mayor last night really kind of indicate to me that there is going to be that similar sense of momentum from a public side of things, especially if we get to the point where we're at a request for proposal, right? Like, I talked to Ashok Selvam, who is the former editor of Eater Chicago. He's one of the co-founders of the food blog Ravenous. And, you know, he is like on the ground Chicago's beard guy. He knows that stuff inside and out. And he was sort of saying that like part of the way Chicago drops the ball here has to do with the current mayor, Brandon Johnson, who hasn't been as vocal in support of Chicago continuing to take this on. He's talked to restaurant owners, and particularly like restaurant lobbyists, who are kind of saying, I don't know if there's the same sort of like city support to actually pull this off in Chicago again. Rahm Emanuel, he made it really clear that this was a priority. I don't know if Keith is totally there yet. I don't know if city councilors are talking about it in the same way. But I do think that if we get to that finalist stage, I would not be surprised if there was suddenly, again, like a similar like push to bring it here in a real way.
Yeah. Do we know any other cities who are in the running?
You know, it's interesting. I know that Atlanta has been thinking about it. I know that there are other cities that are vying for it in that sense.
That we're like, oh, Atlanta would be cool.
Atlanta does. I mean, that would be cool.
I love Atlanta. I'm like, shut up, Atlanta, get out of here.
Now, something that I found really interesting, actually, is that Philly has sort of publicly said, we don't want it. We're not interested.
We're too cool for that.
Okay.
We're kind of, I think that they're very much like, we're not down.
And everyone's like, nobody asked you, Philly.
Well, people love Philly as a food city. Like, there is a ton of enthusiasm around Philly's food scene recently, particularly among like the Food New York people, which a lot of the James Beard Foundation's there, right? So it is sort of a surprise that people are like, yeah, I don't know if we actually want it there. I don't know if it's worth the hassle. It's almost like people treat it like the Olympics, right? Where it's like, don't stress out our city this way. I mean, I think that'll be really interesting to follow. I'm definitely planning on following this. You know, right now it is kind of in that maybe probable, who knows, could be sort of stage. But man, if we get to the point where it's like we are in the real running, I think this could be a game changer for the city and also just for how people view the city on the national and international stage.
For sure. Well, Brooke, fingers crossed. What's the date again that we'll check in if we made the first round?
I think we will probably know around August 17th, into early September.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Nice. All right.
Real soon.
I know. How embarrassing would it be if we didn't make it? I would be so annoyed.
How embarrassing would it be if it goes to Seattle? That's what I'm thinking.
There's no way. Seattle hasn't had like a James Beard winner in like years, I think.
It's been 40 years. Okay, let's take a quick break here. And when we come back, we're going to hear about some new/newish bars from Alex. Alex, what is going on? I love that your pitch was like, I have new and newish bars. Because I guess there's a lot of 2.0s.
Oh, there's a number of 2.0s on this list. Yeah. Or just kind of like revived or resurrected bars. So I think there's been a lot of discourse recently throwing around the term like barpocalypse. We've been seeing that again with a lot of shuttering of bars, and that's definitely understandable. I think we go through these cycles sometimes where like a lot of bars do close down, people kind of panic, and maybe it is worse right now. That's very likely, but nevertheless, we're still getting bars that are opening. We're still getting bars that are changing and evolving. And I've noticed that this current wave of new bars that have all opened within the past few months have had a kind of a similar vibe to them, which is that they're all a little bit, maybe lowbrow isn't the right term for all of them, but they're all kind of really looking for this very party and community-oriented vibe. Which is to say that we're not seeing these new bars that are opening up that are like really swanky cocktail bars or something like that. Like we're not getting a next Scotch Lodge anytime soon, I don't think. Not to say these bars don't have good drinks, but like, for instance, one of the ones I wanted to start with is this bar El Dorado, which is it just opened up, I think, just a couple of weeks ago. It's not even been a month yet. It opened up in the old Dig-A-Pony space, which, for a while was a lollipop shop. And then that closed. Yeah. So El Dorado comes from Quinn Matthew Stern in part. So Quinn owns a whole bunch of bars in Portland. Familiar places would be like Jackie's, Two Wrong, Side-Eye, Sugar Hill, and Belmont. And he's partnered with a bartender named Theo on this one. His name is Nathan Theobald. He goes by Theo. He's the bar manager for Panther Club, which is like right around the corner, basically. And El Dorado is returning to more of that Dig-A-Pony kind of like dancey late night bar that really caters to the Bridge and Tunnel crowd. Because that's, always really what Dig-A-Pony was a place where people from like the western suburbs could come in and go dancing and everything. But it's super fun. One of the things that they specialize in is called the Juicy Lucy, which anybody from the Twin Cities would know about.
Oh, hold on. Juicy Lucy. They gross me out.
That's Juicy with no I, by the way. I just want to highlight Jucy.
That Brooke just said they gross me out while waving her fingerless fingers.
Fingerless.
Okay. Everyone's it's like a lava cake of cheese in a burger.
It is a lava cake of cheese in a burger. It is a cheese stuffed burger. It takes a while to cook because you have to if you're stuffing it, you can't get like full cook all the way through necessarily. So it's going to be rare no matter what. And then like you cut into it and cheese just kind of like gooshes out.
I don't know. At midnight, that sounds pretty good. I know the Dig-A-Pony, the reason like people also liked it was like they had a pretty decent menu.
Yes. And for a while they had Don's Burgers. They had a
Burger Stevens.
Thank you. Burger Stevens. Yes. And this is kind of like bringing that back a little bit because this is actually a separate business that has moved into their bar and it's doing all the food. One of the things I got when I went, though, was chicken nuggets because you can get 10 chicken nuggets for $7 or 20 nuggets for $12. And that's like not a happy hour. That's like all day.
I see what they're trying to do here.
McDonald's.
Basically, it is kind of like this fast foodie vibe, but then with like a big dance floor. The space looks really sexy. It still looks like Dig-A-Pony a bit, but they've kind of zhuzhed everything up. It just looks really nice. And they have a fun cocktail menu that kind of like, you've got your party drinks. You can do like appletini shots and things like that. But then you can also kind of do like slightly more serious, quote unquote, cocktails. Like I had like a toasted almond Negroni while I was there. That was really delicious. Cool. And they have some NA options as well. They got some like NA beer and like a rotating non-alcoholic mocktail. Nice. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then just up the street from El Dorado at the place that used to be Home Bar, which was a very confusing name for a bar, they now opened a new bar called Good Girl. And Good Girl is kind of matching that.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Can we pause? Because both Brooke and I had the exact same reaction. We both grimaced, like we tasted.
That's understandable reaction to have.
Good Girl. Okay, go on.
Good Girl.
Oh,
it is, I think
you can't say it.
It's all like
you can't say
it's owned by women, right? Like
it's not.
Yeah, it's owned and operated by women. It's like an entire like female team that's operating this. My longtime colleague Ben Coleman referred to it as the slutty goth East Side Bar. Which is sort of what like cool. They've self-identified as.
She's back on board.
And again, this is kind of continuing on with those like very like it just wants to be a place where you go and have a good time and you go dancing and you go party and you don't overthink it. Like I think we're just seeing like a lot of that right now. Like their food menu is things like Eggo waffle PB&J and like cup of noodles. Like it feels like actively antagonistic for them to like offer a food menu. They're like, you can order this if you're an idiot, but like don't.
Obsessed.
Like don't order food here. And their drinks are stuff like a margarita and like a dirty Shirley and things like that.
I am that idiot. I would be ordering the PB&J.
Yeah, right?
What is that bar? There used to be a bar that like they had like photos of people throwing up on the menu where they were like, don't make us serve you food.
Dude, gross.
That's actually gross.
I feel like it was like over in my old neighborhood. It was an old dive. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Of course it was.
I love when people are like, if Oregon's gonna make me serve food, I'm gonna be a total brat about it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I think a brat about it is perfect. Yeah. So I was talking with Ben Coleman, who, like I said, is a writer. He reviewed it. And I was like, I don't know really that I like that bar or not. He was like, yeah, well, they're not really interested in you liking that bar. And I was like, that's a good point. I like that. That's a good evaluation.
I will say that they should also ban men from saying their bar name.
Their name while they're there.
Yeah. Good girl should only be said by girls. And and then men should just call it good.
I'm going to redacted.
I'm going to GG.
Oh, good. That's nice.
I'm going to GG. Or I'm going to good. That's all I want to hear from men. If I ever hear a man in the wild saying that he's going to go to Good Girl, I'm going to be like, ooh. I'll be like, you should try that PB&J Eggo. I hear it's real good. What's more bars?
Oh, God.
Moving on.
Moving on. More bars for me to be mad at. Go on. Bring me.
Oh, no, this is, you won't be mad at this one. So if you keep going further east up to Belmont, Alto Lounge has been on Belmont as a fixture for at least 20 years. I'm pretty sure longer. It opened up in the early 2000s. Peter Bro was one of the very first owners and operators, who also owns Broder. And it really like defined that stretch of Belmont for a long time. It was kind of one of those early bars that was like a place where you could go dancing a little bit because they had like late night DJs and you could go on dates there, but they also had like a fun cocktail menu. And of course, they were really famous for their happy hour. Which,
they had like $4 cocktails, right?
Yeah, and they bounced it all the way down to $3 in the last few months of operations.
Cocktails?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're not like super strong drinks, but that was like, and they only had 3 cocktails and they never changed. It was the same 3 drinks for years and years and years. I'm pretty sure I even talked about it here before. But so the owners that have owned it since 2011, so like 15 years now, are the Woods, Kate and Alex, that also own Wonderly up in Northeast Portland. And they just got kind of born out of owning 2 bars in Portland. They wanted to focus on some other projects. So they sold Alto Lounge to one of their employees and her partner. So that's Olivia is their employee, who's now the bar manager and co-owner, and her partner Mish, who has been a chef at Hanok and Jeju and De Fleury and Berlou. I mean, just like...
I'm getting stoked. Yeah.
They had this amazing CV. And so they've really transformed Alto Lounge. It still kind of has a similar vibe in a way, but they've really dressed up the menu. Misha's making this like Filipino bar food. So stuff like chicken adobo melt, a rockfish ceviche, bistec frite. So like this like Filipino dish is like really thin cut beef with onions. And they're preparing it like a steak frite kind of dish. And then the cocktail menu is also kind of pairing that as well. So you have like a black sesame Mai Tai or a pandan old fashioned. These margaritas that are like chili infused with coconut cream and calamansi. There's a lot of calamansi on the menu, both in the food and in the drinks.
You just got a dog pound from Brooke.
This is one of my things.
You just...
I was going to say, I'm back on board. I have been, this is a thing I've been thinking about since LA. We had like this brief window of like calamansi being everywhere and then it disappeared. And I love calamansi. I think
it is
I want
all
it
across the menu at Alto Lounge.
Can you explain what calamansi is to like every listener, including me? That's just like, what's calamansi?
Yeah, Brooke, you want to take this one?
Yeah, totally. So calamansi, it is a citrus. It is kind of in flavor. It's like a fragrant mix between an orange and a lime, I guess.
It's sort of kumquat too, right?
Yeah, it's got a bitterness to it, but it has such a fun flavor. It's sweeter than a kumquat, but it has like more depth. It has like this bitter touch to it. I mean, I love acidity, and I think that it has like the perfect handle on acidity. And there was this period of time where like yuzu became inescapable. Yuzu was everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, let's let calamansi do that next. You know, both Southeast Asian citrus. Like, show me the calamansi.
I believe calamansi is endemic to the Philippines.
Yes.
I could be right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And like I said, you're going to see calamansi in like their ceviche and things like that, which also just makes it really nice to easily pair with like a coconut margarita. They're not doing the $3 happy hour menu. There's no more grilled cheese and tomato soup on there, but they still have a really fun happy hour. It still runs from 5 to 7, which is nicely late. And you can do like that margarita I was talking about, $7 on the happy hour menu, and Negroni is like $8. Like anything under $10 these days, I feel like is a really good deal.
Give me one more. Can you do it in 30 seconds?
Cliffs has moved from the space in the Wonder Ballroom over to Northeast Portland. It's rocking some really awesome Southern food, some really fun cocktails, including one of the best Mai Tais you can find in town, and a Fish Friday that is absolutely worth the visit. You do have to pre-order your fish for it.
That sounds awesome. We need a Fish Friday. Where did it move to again?
It's right next to the Alberta Rose Theater up on about 30th in Alberta.
Okay, great. Cool. Well, these sound awesome. I know a lot of people don't drink, but most of these places all these places have pretty good NA options.
Avoid going to good if you don't drink. I don't think there's any reason to go there.
What did we say, Alex? What did we say?
I was about to say Alex can't call it. Alex has to call it Gigi.
I didn't say I was going there. I just referenced his name.
Claudia doesn't want to hear you say it.
I don't want to hear it. All right.
We can bleep that.
Oh, yeah. You know what? We will bleep that. It's just going to say good beep. Whoever's editing, please beep that. I don't want to hear Alex saying good girl.
That's right.
Neither do our listeners.
You guys, it's such a pleasure to have you both on. It's always so much fun. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for going through some of those new bars, Alex. And thank you for telling us about the very real possibility of us hosting the James Beard Awards. I'm actually, fingers crossed. It does feel a little...
Not Brooke, though. She doesn't get to cross her fingers.
No, well, okay. I have to go to the urgent care after this because everyone's making fun of me for my weird fingers.
Brooke, I told you to go to urgent care yesterday.
I know, but it's like, it's a whole thing.
I know, I get it. All right. Well, thank you guys. We have to go because Brooke has to go to urgent care to get her fingers checked out. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Right. Happy to be here.
That's all for today here on CityCast Portland. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the show, why not share it with a friend, rate it, leave us an amazing review. Seriously, leave us a good review. And don't forget, you can support this show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Portland neighbor. And right now, we appear to have some extra swag. So if you became a member right now, you're going to get some cool pennants, some mugs. So visit membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more from around the city. Until then, see you at Slim's. Or
good.
God damn it!